Guess I got two words for you. Brock Lesnar.
Liv Morgan holding up the Raw Women's title automatically makes Raw great. Yes, I'm biased, but it was a decent show with consequences and stories that actually built to the pay-per-view. This is things you might have missed, and before we get started, make sure you've hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. So Raw started off with the WWE Champion, Big E, and he had some comments for Roman Reigns, and of course some for Kevin Owens too, who very quickly came out, said he would see Big E in the ring, and of course that didn't happen. Big E was kind of left by himself. I love this story, by the way. I think it's great. I do think now Owens costs Big E the match at Survivor Series, but of course it was the Usos that then came and attacked Big E as he was trying to track down Owens to give Big E a message from Roman Reigns. Riddle came out. It led to a tag team match that then turned into a 6-man tag team match. Typical Raw. It was, of course, Seth Rollins who picked up the win over Riddle in that match. And then Big E sent a message back to Roman Reigns through Jey Uso. Calling Roman Reigns Jay's daddy, by the way, which I thought was hilarious. Of course, giving him the big ending. I honestly, I just think this is making Big E such a credible, good WWE champion. The man came around as Becky Lynch took to the ring to address Charlotte Flair. And my God, did she address Charlotte Flair, talking about how Charlotte, basically, she was her friend. She was always there for her. She was always there when she needed a shoulder to cry on, when things didn't go her way. It really feels like this story is real. It probably is. But of course, it's now time for the entire world to
watch me.
As the #1 contender, Liv Morgan got into the ring and got face to face with Becky Lynch. I love this so much. The long-term storytelling going back to Talking Smack, where Liv was told by Becky Lynch that she would be women's champion when Becky returned. We spoke about it on a recent Things You Might Have Missed. Then having Liv Morgan counter Becky Lynch is brilliant. Because let's be honest, we don't know if Liv's gonna win. Her holding the title would be amazing. But if now's not the time, you still need to use this feud to elevate Liv. And that is what WWE is doing. And I'm not going to lie, her holding up that title looks brilliant. And in case you missed it, Liv's gear was indeed inspired by Britney Spears. Of course, WWE took to Twitter just after the match, teasing that with a lyric. And of course, so did Liv Morgan just before Raw ended. Perfect sense, perfect tribute by Liv. Talking of tributes, there was a nice tribute tonight to Bruno Sammartino. I want to see more of this. This was great by WWE. They will be releasing and selling limited edition Bruno Sammartino t-shirts at the Barclays Center for Survivor Series this Sunday, which I think is a really nice tribute. Bruno being so popular in New York and having that fan base there and allowing that fan base to buy a new shirt, perfect by WWE. Of course, Survivor Series has got some new matches added to it. Nakamura versus Priest, and of course RK Bro versus the Usos. We definitely saw that teased on Raw tonight. We have already on the channel put up our Survivor Series predictions. We did it super early this week. It went up Thursday. So if you did miss it, it is on the channel. And of course, there was more implications for Survivor Series as Rey Mysterio, not happy at what happened with his son, challenged Adam Pearce, who then made the match Rey Mysterio versus Bobby Lashley. And this is the result. Poor Rey. Rey Mysterio laid out by Lashley, suffering the same fate as Dominik last week. And then Adam Pearce, that heel boss. I love this character so much right now. Literally taking Rey out of the match and in the end, replacing him with Austin Theory. Perfect, because that's the current story. You can continue it the week after Survivor Series. I like that move. But I definitely think something's gone to Adam Pearce's head. I played it at the start of this video when he talked about Brock Lesnar. And I think since that moment, Adam Pearce has been on a power trip. He's trying to establish his dominance, probably because he was humiliated on television when this happened. He ripped his trousers and had to go home and explain it to his mum for her to sew them up. And we at the C Wrestling channel will never let Adam Pearce forget this moment, ever. Tamina was in action this week, going one-on-one with Bianca Belair. Really good way to use Tamina, by the way. Of course, she lost the match to Bianca, but she got TV time and looked good doing it. Did you notice, though, Bianca Belair actually lost an eyelash during this? Not just the entire thing went. Obviously, fake eyelashes, wrestling. Sometimes things go wrong. Of course, during the match, we did see DouDrop backstage watching the action. And I got to say, I did put it on Twitter, so you probably have seen this, but the comparison is uncanny, isn't it? She definitely came cosplaying as a marshmallow this week. And I know someone who likes marshmallows. I think I've honestly been asked this past weekend more than any other time about Alexa Bliss returning. Well, she actually teased on Twitter. A fan asked her, when you're coming back? Alexa replied, when I'm ready. Now, a lot of fans got excited because of the black heart she used. Of course, that does resemble darkness. And we do have to wonder then, is that a subtle tease that this is still coming? A dark Alexa Bliss, that dark persona, possibly still returning to the WWE. Again, there's no indication. It's all fan theory at this point, but it could be possible. I do think every indication she's given us on social media so far has pointed towards dark Alexa Bliss returning. Seth Rollins has a new bag boy, and seemingly the only qualification that there is to do this job for Seth is simply, don't wake the baby! Some really good booking by WWE. Of course, the advertised match was Seth versus Kevin Owens, and of course that changed. They changed their minds, and we got Balor Owens, but they didn't forget it. Instead, they had Finn reference it because Seth had wrestled. He now faced Kevin Owens, and of course, Kevin Owens was victorious over Finn Balor, which is fine. Yes, Kevin Owens is very likely on his way out of WWE, but his overall probably last match will be against Big E, and to use him to establish Big E, he needs to have some credible wins. This was one of them. Raw commentator Corey Graves got wrestling fans very excited this past week as he tweeted out, I kinda wanna wrestle again. Very exciting. Could we see Corey return to a WWE ring? He recently did win the 24/7 title. Maybe that's given him the taste of gold, and now maybe he wants like the US title or even bigger goals in mind. After the few series of matches they had, Zelina Vega grabbed the microphone this week on Raw and went to town on Nikki ASH. And the look on Nikki's face was interesting. Of course, Nikki's not a part of the Survivor Series team. Rhea is. And I love the fact you had Rhea then console Nikki ASH. And I just wonder if something's going to happen with Nikki at Survivor Series. They're making this too much of a thing. Could Nikki screw Zelina? I don't think she's going to replace her. I think that would have happened already. But could she screw her? Could she cost Team Raw the match? Is it some kind of heel turn, maybe? That would be fun. Once again, Veer Mahan was teased on Raw. And again, like I said with Xia Li on SmackDown, I think he'll be coming now after WWE Survivor Series. WWE Shop has brand new pop vinyl pins. Legends, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, and Iron Sheik. I think they're amazing. And we found out tonight that Roman Reigns will be the special guest this Wednesday on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I think that's going to be pretty cool to listen to. Of course, there was also a tag match I want to quickly reference because it was a really good match between the Street Profits and Alpha Academy where every single person looked like $1 million. They really put each other over very, very well. And Otis going into the guardrail. Oh my, he looked like he died. That looked like it really hurt. Well played. Hopefully it didn't really hurt. And, you know, obviously the Street Profits were victorious, but thumbs up to Otis for that one. Overall, for Raw tonight, I would say a solid 7.5 out of 10. For a go-home show, it set up the stage perfectly, with things being possible, people potentially costing people. At Survivor Series, it could be a lot of fun. Definitely a show to catch up on if you missed it before the big event Sunday. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video, share the video, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Peace!